movie. So, this was actually a stage of the prototype for a little game which would be a sort of emulation, small reproduction of the primary mirror of the James Webb Space Telescope. This is instead a small game which is safe. This is plain, is not JVST, one can read it here. JVST. Wow. And a little game I made from our recycled material. And it's not dangerous because it cannot focus, because it's not parabolic. But it's a little game, it's easy to reproduce. It can be used as a collar. I could use it as a collar. Meanwhile, I put down all the stuff here. Well, usually these things shouldn't be revealed because your original ideas, but my CV, I can show it, so it's so many things. There are so many things that it's not a problem for me to reveal. Even very original inventions, so there's no risk that anyone copies it, because there is, among scientists of high level, the main thing is the main thing. Don't do copying and stealing from each other. It's more sort of a cooperation thing. Unfortunately, what was hard, because this is large. I wanted to make a really parabolic model of this. That would be dangerous because of the ability of it to focus and so to get things catch fire. Unfortunately, during fabrication, it broke. But I'll make it all matrix. A stamp, thanks to which it can be made, is there, so it can be. Unfortunately, the model, while it was being made, fell. I tried to repair it, but no, it broke before. And during the process of reparation with this special glue, it fell and broke into pieces. This is what remains of it. It can be seen that it's parabolic. And the only thing would have been, it's even signed here. So this is what can be seen. But I got the new of this and will make it, and interesting. There are other things. Of course, this is very dangerous. This can be a game because it can really focus light. As a matter of fact, I put it downwards so that it can't be dangerous. By the way, in doing these little games, and doing this game, because the James Webb Space Telescope stuff is, for me, I've been following the whole procedure since the very first day I came across this thing, that this new telescope, the par excellence successor of the Hubble Space Telescope, he made history. Actually, I made a lot of history. I grew up on its images. It was launched after 1 year I was born, at least according to what is on the identity card. By the way, except this, don't worry, I'm still 16 years old, so hi, beautiful young girls, I'm here. Keep your radar on. So this is signed, so all the matrix is done, all the data is here, so this game will be made. But I wanted to make a non-dangerous version, which is parabolic and resembles this, but somehow it is made of actually plain single facets, so that it can't focus light really so much. So interesting math problem came. Of course, the whole theory of curved surface tessellation it's all subject and sound. But I just wanted to make this video as improvisation, because I like improvisation videos. Sometimes they come even better than the prevalent videos. Of course, the professional actors and presentators like I am, after some, in most cases, this difference tends asymptotically to a zero difference. So, anyway, at tea time. By the way, why am I with this Andras Baird hair dressing? Forget it. There's the hair, but there's no dressing in it, luckily, because at least yet there is hair. By the way, I'm still 16 years old, even if I don't seem so. Young beautiful girls, I'm here. Keep your head around, yeah. I'm here, signaling. Ta, 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 ta. So, good. By the way, what I wanted to say that I'm so much untidy here because I'm in the production process of a small movie about lawyership, and I'm the one guy who is reduced to complete poverty and misery, but he cannot commit suicide because he has some inventions in a drawer which he wants to pass over, you know, like the Galileo Galilei when he had to Abure, so that his scientific discoveries could pass on to the future and contribute to the present scientific world, which is not scientific, because most people don't have any scientific mentality. It's there's a lot to say about it. My essay on a human error, where there also this is discussed in depth, is out for free in a few days. It's beautifully typeset by myself. It's part of it. It's very original piece of work. By the way, it's a lawyership, and I didn't want to use makeup or artificial bird hair and so on. So I just stopped shaving and dressing hair, sweeping it. So I didn't sweep it before making the video. I wanted to say, but the moment, please, tea time. That in working with this coordinate, this game, I thought it's best, or at least it can be good for anyone, but it became pretty soon standard in my practice, partly due to luck, of course, that in researching or developing one thing I had try get done 2 or 3 things in one hit, concerning and devising one thing, arriving at having done actually 2, 3, 4 more things after a little bit of post-analysis, post-production. Of course, it's not so easy, but in words, just take it as science fiction. Well, I was thinking about coordinate systems. How our schools are weak in this. I remember I was a small child, and I became so very interested in maps because I was very much isolated, you know, hyperparenting, all that stuff. I could even draw you the plan basis of where I used to live. It was like a real Fenster, the conception for Le Corbusier, and the other one, or my drawing, I don't have it ready here, but you'll see it sooner or later. The Fenster is one of my drawings. It's artwork. Completely closed building. It seems some super prison or military bases, a fortress. Oh my God, was poof. And the whole thing, I was very isolated. This was terrible. And so I became fascinated with maps, thinking about how large the world is, how interesting it would be to explore it, and I started to look at different maps. I also had a globe map, the spherical stuff, and I started to confront that with different maps of the local thing. I was able to identify where my home fortress, this is Bracelet, was, and look at those horizontal vertical lines and started to spot things like 59 apostrophe 23 double apostrophe and thing. And I thought, but if on this map the lines go here, on the other, why do they go completely elsewhere? So which is true? What do I have to, how can I determine where I am by identifying the lines which pass through I don't know, the center point of my room, the center point of the piece of Lego put there in the middle of my room. And this went on for years, then of course I understood perfectly how it was, because spherical coordinates here and there, then there is the Mercator model, how the oval model, other things, of course, then it became for me commonplace. But studying also a lot analytical mechanics, but also theory of relativity, it was, hey, there is a complete confusion on also the academic teaching level of what is a inertia reference frame. What is a reference frame? Yeah. Like a box with X. No, I have to put myself in your reference frame, because it says obey the right-hand rule, the right-hand rule obeying reference frame, because otherwise it's not the legal one. So X epsilon Z, X epsilon Z reference frame. So inertia reference frame, it's for physics. What's rotated thing, rotation of reference frame, when it's the same, when it's not, and what are reference frame or systems of coordinates which are curvilinear, like really those on any of the, even the globe map, the spherical stuff, the oval stretching of it into the plane, or the Mercator model, which is stretches it into a paper, into rectangle, plain rectangle, and as I realized, hey, it's what on this teaching level and in general is complete confusion. Reference frame, position, metric, curvature, grid, and other thing. But what is this? This is grid, hexagonal grid, but it only works on the plated. Complete confusion. And that's how, having different background, I started to interpret these things and discover new things, and that's beautiful. And alongside trying to make this game, this toy, it's not a game, it's toy, which, well, I hope will be ready soon. Especially if I can get some way to some kind of mirror stuff which is yellow on itself, or somehow make a yellow covering. But I think it's very difficult to find some marker which can do completely translucent yellow covering of it in a good way. Should ask someone who I know who could help with this. By the way, there is also internet for information. And I immediately was, hey, I have to start experimenting with a computer program. And I started doing it, and lots of new things came out that, like, mm, there are complete holes in craters in the normal way of teaching about the whole geometry. Um, like filling, regular filling of planes will remain at the basis. Maurits Cornelius Escher went uh, far further with it. Um, of course, he took inspiration also from HMS Coxeter, who was a friend of his, and it's interesting. And I thought, hey, it's time to start operating with both, like combining creating a general theory of metrics, not matrices like the matrices that are structured, but matrix, like how something can be fit in a card surface. Extensive experience with that, with the scheme pioneered by Peter Lindstrom and Valerio Pascucci. You know, the new Turing system which I made, the random Turing system. Some my videos, many others, some are in attachment to the CV as well, can be seen. But I thought, why not take advantage of this trial to make this stupid toy, which, if anything, will be useful for making some new kind of disco lights, because I'm very youngish. Oh, I'm 16, woohoo, so young, beautiful girls, tall, preferably. I'm here, oh, keep your head raw, and thought, hey, why not try generalizing, somewhat combining general theory of card surfaces used to define plane matrices, and then work with polygonalization, other interesting stuff. And I thought, no, it's stupid, but already some results have arrived, and I'm eager to try them out with a computer program I'm working on. It's a series of programs in a way to make it easier to keep the source code readable. And that's it. Now let me go back on the computer and tea time. 3, 2, 1, video, movie, end of record.